Arguably the greatest footballer of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo has lit the football world for 2 decades now, serving fans the best of electric, unforgettable moments in the history of the beautiful game. The Portuguese forward is insanely skilled and can do unimaginable things with the ball at his feet, perhaps only rivaled by his nemesis, Lionel Messi. Away from the never-ending debate of who's better between the two superstars, what makes CR7 stand out from the crowd? Let's take a look at his top 10 skills. Number 1. Step-overs. No one does step-overs better than Ronaldo. When the 37-year-old's name is mentioned, first thing that comes to mind is the winger's famous quick movement over the ball with both feet and skipping past the defenders. From Manchester United to Real Madrid to Juventus, Ronaldo has bamboozled many defenders, leaving them in his wake before making the famous sprints that are a joy to watch for his fans and neutrals, but a nightmare for opponents. The likes of Gerard Piqué, Joel Matip, Antonio Rudiger, and Sergio Busquets have been easily embarrassed by Ronaldo's magic with the quick step-overs, but nothing comes close to Ashley Cole's humiliation by the then 18-year-old Ronaldo when Manchester United played Arsenal. Cole was forced to do splits after a quick half step-over and half dribble. Not sure Cole has ever recovered from that. Away from the famous step-over to an even more iconic movement of yesteryears, the Elastico. Number 2. Clearly, Ronaldo learned from the best. The Elastico was made famous by the likes of Brazilian Ronaldo and Ronaldinho in their peak years, both playing for Barcelona and Brazil at one point, and since then, CR7 has made it his own. The winger has always loved the one-on-one with defenders since he first arrived in Manchester as a teenager. With his ability to make quick, sharp turns, United's number 7 has in countless times either left many defenders chasing their own tails with his skill or flat on their backside. He makes it look easy. With a ball at his feet, he shifts his weight to one side with his shoulder dipped in the same direction in one fluid motion, nudges one way before flicking in the opposite direction with a quick snap of the ankle. A beauty of a thing. Number 3. The famous Ronaldo chop. Just like Zinedine Zidane has the drag back turn, or Johan Cruyff had the famous Cruyff turn, CR7 has the iconic Ronaldo chop. Early in his career, when much of his game revolved around running at defenders and beating them easily, Ronaldo's signature chopping movement became a sensational hit across the world. He used it to quickly change direction, and it proved devastating time and again when he was in full flow. What stands out from the move is the speed at which Ronaldo changes pace after doing the chop, accelerating fast to easily fly past opponents, dragging his entire team forward. Even though age has slowed him a little bit, and his ability to pull it over, there's no denying this is a favorite skill for majority of Ronaldo's fans. Remember the flawless top corner finish for Real Madrid against AS Roma in the Champions League after a perfect control and chop to get away from the defender? How about the fake cross? Well, this is not commonly used, and you might not notice it often, unless you're really keen. But Ronaldo has been using this, and it's been relatively useful when done correctly. This skill is a perfect blend of quick movement of the ball to one side and precision crossing, something CR7 perfected over the years and uses it to great effect. And that is number 4. What about number 5, drag and step over? We've talked about the step over, but not quite enough, at least not when we throw CR7's name into it. The winger is considered by many to be the king of trickery in football. Of course, this will elicit a lot of debate, but let's save it for later. Back to the step over, Ronaldo has reinvented the skill, beautifully combining it with a drag in what we can call a drag and step over. He pulls this trick from the bag in most one-on-one scenarios, dragging the ball across his body before using the same foot to do a step over in front of the ball, and finally using the other foot to push the ball past the defender. Sounds quite slow, right? Wrong. All this happens in so fast, you won't even believe it, and he has done it countless times, changing his speed in a flash before leaving the opponent for dead. Then we have the Rabona, number 6. Ronaldo recently shown he hasn't lost his magic touch by scoring an outrageous Rabona volley with little effort. I know you're wondering how come you didn't see it. Well, it was just in training. I know, I got you. Anyway, it doesn't take away the fact that CR7 has mastered the skill, which is only meant for the elite in the game, at least going by the countable players who can easily pull off the skill. Due to the complexity of the technique, it's not every day you will see it during competitive matches, but that can't be said about Ronaldo. In 2020, while playing for Juventus against AC Milan, Ronaldo sent Diego Laxalt to the cleaners with a beautiful piece of play, starting with a fake shot before executing a wonderful Rabona. It remains our favorite, and could have been assist of the decade if the ball could have been stuck home. 1-foot McGeady spin, this would be number 7. We've mentioned this earlier, it's not every day you will get skills named after players. But there are a few who have achieved this, and Irish winger Aidan McGeady got his name on this special list in 2004. And since then, we've seen variations of the technique. CR7 was not left behind either, and he got his own variation, a 1-foot McGeady. The winger easily incorporates a Cruyff turn into the move, before flicking the ball with the outside of his other foot, which always leaves the opponent comically flat-footed as the winger scampers away. His free kick at number 8. Yes, you heard me right. CR7 has a special free kick skill. We have dead ball specialists, and the 37-year-old is one of them, among the top to be precise. He might not be the greatest ever, but his skill and technique is one of the most iconic in recent history. Ronaldo's technique is unique and comes with a wide range of technique for that matter. Talk of knuckleball-style dip effect, he gives his free kicks, accompanied by the famous 5 steps back, then 1.5 steps to the opposite side. He has perfected the art of giving the ball some spin, forcing it to dip suddenly downward while still shooting an accurate shot with a supercharged velocity. The result is always a sumptuous strike that in most cases leaves the goalies rooted to their spots. The world will never forget that insane goal. Ronaldo scored from 40 yards out for Manchester United against Arsenal in 2009. Who does that in a Champions League semi-final? Yup, only Ronaldo. And then we have number 9, Air Ronaldo. Still on unimaginable things that players do, Ronaldo always has more in his drawer, like the famous jump against Sampdoria in December 2019, when he leapt 71 centimeters to meet a perfect cross and head home. Or that header across the face of goal and pass Victor Valdez against Barcelona. His ability to jump high and meet a cross has earned CR7 the title Air Ronaldo. The former Real Madrid star has different jump techniques, and he uses them depending on the situation. His aerial dominance is down to sheer hard work and trying to be better than himself. Did you know the star uses a single leg power technique when he wants to really rise up and get vertical? This often leads to the generation of massive power that pushes him into the air to reach to the ends of a cross. If you thought his jumping skills are impeccable, wait till you learn about his landing technique. To avoid injuries whenever he's airborne, Ronaldo ensures he lands with his toes touching down first, knees and hips bent. This perfectly cushions him from any strain on his lower body that could lead to injuries. Last but not least, the Ronaldo combo. Then there's the Ronaldo special, which is a combo of his signature moves. from a foot hover to step overs and a bit of drag, all done in a matter of seconds. Normally, the move starts with a sudden stop and placing one foot over the ball, hovering over it while scanning for space. This often leads to sudden movement and a quick drag or fake shot or pass, or quick movements that result in a Rabona stance, and if there's enough space, he will drag the opponent along the line before changing pace. All this normally gets the opponent a little dazed, allowing the winger to direction or speed and accelerating to leave the scene in a flash. Well, that's all for today. Let us know which is your favorite CR7 move in the comments.